Nigerian Labour Congress and its aviation affiliate unions have come out against the federal government's recent concessions for the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja and the Kano Airport in Kano. Speaking on behalf of the unions at the Labour House in Abuja on Wednesday, Ochema Abba, General Secretary of the National Union of Air Transport Employees, accused the Minister of Aviation, Adi Serika, of running a one-man show and thereby ignoring the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria. While criticizing the process that led to the Federal Executive Council approval of the concession exercise, Abba said the Minister of Aviation, who carried out the concession, had no authority to do so.
The Minister of Aviation, which carried out the concession, has no authority to do so. To begin with, the Federal Ministry of Aviation does not own or run any airport in Nigeria. By the dictates of the Governing Act of the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAN, ownership and management of all federal government airports are fully vested in the authority, that is FAN, not the Ministry of Aviation. On the other hand, the Infrastructure Concession and Regulatory Commission ICRC procedure document states, with respect to agency that wishes to concession a facility, that, quote, the public entity should have enabling authority to transfer its responsibility, that is, enabling legislative and policy framework or an administrative order to that effect. No administrative order presently which grants authority to the ministry to usurp the powers of FAN in this particular respect. As a matter of fact, for a PPP project by an agency, the only role prescribed for a minister by the ICRC is that the agency, in quote, would submit the FBC, that's the full business case, through the line minister for approval. What we are saying is that by the Infrastructure Concession and Regulatory Commission, the process is that if an agency wishes to concession an infrastructure, it is the agency that has power to raise requests for such purpose. And as we speak, no such request has been made by the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria. Everything about this concession has been done by the Minister of Aviation. And the Minister of Aviation and the Ministry of Aviation has no power granted it under any law to do so.
The National Union of Air Transport Employees, the Air Transport Services Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, the Association of Nigerian Aviation Professionals, and the Nigerian Union of Pensioners branch were among the unions who objected. Joe Ajero, president of NLC, stated that the NLC completely support the aviation industry union stance on the concession situation. Ajero urged the incoming administration not to accept the concession agreement.
This press conference is to alert the concessionaires and all the parties involved to stay away from the airport. And it is on that position that we are standing, and we'll maintain it just like they said, that people should stay away. And one starts to wonder why this should be hurriedly done at the eve of this government. There seems to be a lot that is hidden, and then and it's equally a booby trap to the incoming government. I think they should have a look at it, because this action has not even taken place. As we talk now, there is no concession, because any concession must go through the legal process. There must be negotiation with the unions if it must take place. The position of the unions in the aviation sector is the position of the NLC, and we all stand with them, day and night, under the sun, under the rain, to make sure that this illegality will not stand and will not see the light of the day. We are calling on the incoming government not to give this so-called concession in any attention. The paper it was used should be seen as a tissue paper that should be thrown into the waste basket.
All unions' efforts to talk and resolve the concerns, according to the disgruntled union, were ignored.
Solidarity
forever.
Solidarity forever.